Hello, my friends. It's Jules Caldwell coming to you again for another one of our convos with one of the amazing women who are speaking at the Ignite Women's Conference. Tonight, I'm super excited to introduce you to Virginia Dawson from Sustainable Wellness Now. Hello, my friend.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Thank you.
So excited to have you here tonight. And this is going to be our third Ignite Women's Conference. Can you believe that it's like our third one? It's crazy.
Yes, incredible. And I think about all of the fruit that's been come from the first one and then the second one and now the third one. And even as speakers, where we started and how we just kind of, okay, what are the women looking for?
Yeah.
And being able to deliver that. And now, like, again, for a third time, it's amazing. It's awesome.
It's super exciting. And, we're just less than a month away. It's like right around the corner. And I know everybody's got lots on the go, but my friends, we're here tonight. We're going to talk about the Ignite Women's Conference. It's happening on Saturday, October 14th, here in the Ottawa area, live in person. And it's one of the few events for women where it's truly about us taking a little pause in our life and actually focusing on who we are and what we want and where we want to go in life. And so over these last couple of weeks and in the couple of weeks leading up to the conference, what I'm trying to do is introduce you to each of the amazing women speakers who've played a really integral role in my own journey of coming to where I'm at today. And Virginia's here because one of the things that for me was really important when I looked at how to build the conference was helping women remember how important it is to put ourselves first and our mental, physical well-being and who we are, and that foundation, which Virginia, you talk a lot about in your business with Sustainable Wellness Now. We'll get to that in a moment. But it was really important for me to create this opportunity for women to focus on their health and their wellness and from the inside out. And if we don't take care of our bodies, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, then everything else kind of doesn't really matter. And so, Virginia, you have had such an integral place in my life and in my journey from a health and wellness perspective. And there was a time where people would talk about exercise and I'd be like, oh, it's not happening. But you've helped shift my perspective on the importance of movement and having this solid foundation in my life, and posture in order to be able to stand up to what comes through life and to be able to face it and have balance while I'm doing that. So I'm wondering, let's talk about that a little bit. Tell me a little bit about what you do and share with our listeners who are watching.
Yes, absolutely. So there was a time when I could not move. I was in my late 30s. I just had 3 children. I was stuck in bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this it? I had always been active throughout my lifestyle as a kid. And in high school, I was involved in every sport going. And then of course came university and I did not do a lot. Wow. So it really was years of not moving properly. Then having children, I put on a lot of weight. I had big babies, and then it's just like go, go, go. And then really it was in 2008, my body just stopped. I could not walk. It was so awful. And I was stuck in bed. I could lie in bed for I think my ratio was like 2 hours not moving. And then I could get up and I could move for 10 minutes. And then I was crawling back up the stairs to get to my bed. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like it scared me. It scared me to the point where it's like, I got to figure this out. So all I really knew about was going to the gym. The fitness world tells us move harder, move stronger, move faster, right?
Go. Yeah. No pain, no gain.
Yes. And so that's what I had in my head. And I know my clients have in theirs. And so when they come to me, it's just really giving them permission.
Yeah.
To love their body, to be kind to their body, to accept their body where it is right now. And then be able to work through those 3 really critical: foundation, right?
Okay, hold on. I want to pause for a moment before we get to that critical foundation.
Okay.
You said a moment to pause and love your body.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies, if you're listening to this, that's probably a phrase that is so awkward and uncomfortable for some, because for so many of us, and I'll speak for myself, pausing to love my body is something I never allowed myself to do. And that's something I've been very intentional about since I started working with my good friend Virginia here. So just think about that, stopping to love our body. We
Yeah.
need to love our body.
Yeah, absolutely. Because how many times do you walk by a mirror or a shop window and you kind of catch a glimpse of yourself? Is it like, ooh, baby, I'm rocking it? Or is it like, ugh, look at that, right? The negative self-talk. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, how get it done? So a part of what I do is to help that reframe in the mind of what are you saying to your body, right? Does it align with what you want for your body? Would you allow others to speak to your body the way that you're speaking to your body? What would you do with that?
Right.
So it is that why are we not kind to our bodies? Why are we not kind to ourselves? Why are we not pausing to give ourselves the grace we give to others?
Yeah. So easy to encourage other women and then ourselves not listen to that same advice and to be critical and harsh and or just to ignore even our own bodies and what our body is crying out for us. So Virginia, talk to us about those sort of three critical pieces that you were alluding to.
Yes, absolutely. So when I am speaking with my clients, I think one of the most, I'm going to say, profound things that they kind of go, oh, I didn't really think about that, is I teach people how to relearn how to use their body properly.
We learn how to use our body properly. Like, whoa, that's powerful. Because I think we take for granted, I'll speak for myself, I don't want to put words in people's mouth, but I think I often take for granted that my body just moves and that's what it's supposed to do. And that's the way it's supposed to move. But that's not the case. Right?
Until it doesn't.
Yes.
Right? Until it doesn't. And that's the same as with me. What happened to me in 2008, my body, my hips, my pelvic area, it stopped working. It was stuck. It was locked.
Wow.
And so I didn't know, I didn't have any anatomy background, anything. So, I go to chiro, I go to physio, trying to get things moving again, which I did. And now it's like, now what? Because if I continue those habits that I've been doing, I'm just going to be in the same position that I was back in 2008, stuck in my bed with 3 little kids, with a husband, and I'm an active person and wanting to move, and I cannot. That scared me. So it was in 2016, 2017, where I learned about eccentrics, but it wasn't until 2019 that I'd kind of forgotten about it. You know how those things just kind of pop up, right?
Like, oh, that's cool. And then the next thing comes.
Right. Well, I mean, pop up as far as like so I learned about it in 2016. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then it popped up. Like, coincidence?
Yes. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
And I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is what it was. So went and looked at it and thought, okay, I'm just going to try it. I tried it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel amazing. I feel opened up. I feel like that my body is moving like a child again, like with such ease. It was incredible. So I thought, I'm going to become an instructor. And then I realized within that process, within that process,
become an instructor. Never have I ever said.
I do believe we all have that within us. I think I've always wanted to be an instructor, like a fitness instructor.
You're so natural and amazing at it. Like, yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I grew up like when I was with Kathy Smith. I don't know if people know Kathy Smith, but she's a guru from the States, and I just loved her stuff, and I did all her videos, And I was one of those people that can put on a video and just follow it. And not everybody's like that. There needs to be an accountability process. And I tell people that's why you pay me, to keep you accountable, because I believe we all know what to do. Yep. We all know we need to move. We all know we need to drink water and have sleep and have fun and laugh in order to do those things we want to do. And when was the last time, I asked myself, when was the last time you had a really great laugh?
Yeah.
Right? That gut, just all out laughter. Yeah. Yes.
Tears.
Exactly. And, when was the last time? And those things, I'm like, okay, so that's all part of what we know, what we get to do and what's available. And yet it's like this, I don't know what it is. We're just driven to do things, but is it even what we want? Do we even pause to stop?
Yes.
Is it what we want? So coming back to Eccentric, so January 2020, I thought, okay, I signed up, started my level 1. Well, we all know what happened in March 2020. So everything went online. So, really became self-taught, but, going through the whole process and doing my exams, and then did level 2 and then level 3. I've just got my level 3, which is all to do really with helping people to move when you're stuck. So hip replacements, knee replacements, trauma to the body, and getting things moving. And again, learning to slow it down.
Yes. That's in the classes when I'm with you. That's one of the things you say the most is, no, go slow. Just take it easy. Like you're pushing a cloud is often what you say, right? And like, we're used to like stomping in there and doing all these big hard movements and fast and strong. And you're like, no, push a cloud. We're like, no, I don't want to push a cloud.
Yes.
It's so powerful. It's so powerful.
It is so powerful. Because like even lifting your arms, right? And opening up the chest. And we've been sitting so long that we're stuck, and I've got a sore neck and I've got sore hips and knees and feet. And it's like, oh, I guess I hear this a lot. And I'm getting old, and I have to be careful, because I'm like, yes, we are aging. And how are we moving? How are we treating our bodies? Yeah. So foundation, right? Talking about foundation. And I think foundation with your business, foundation with people who you get to work with, you have the privilege to work with, and I have the privilege to work with. So from a movement perspective, that foundation of those 3 points in our feet. And you've heard this, Jules, that padding under the big toe, the baby toe, and the heel. Am I on all 3 points of my feet? It's like a stool. If a stool has 3 legs and I take one away, guess what? It's now unbalanced and it's going to collapse. It's no different than our bodies. A crack in the foundation of our house. It's no different. It's going to eventually crumble if I don't take care of it. A foundation of, what do I want? I may know what I want, but if I'm not ready, or there's fear or something, whatever that crack is holding you back, I get to go into that and just fix the foundation. So that is, if our foundation isn't solid, we will crumble, period.
Okay, Virginia, I want to pause just for a moment. So we have a couple people who are following us here. So I want to say hello and thank you. Tara Lee, hello. Thanks for your comment. And she was sharing, Virginia, that what you're doing, it's your calling. You speak and move with such ease. It's infectious. So I love that. And so for those who are joining, this is Virginia Dawson. She's one of our speakers at the upcoming Ignite Women's Conference. Virginia, I don't want to give away everything, because I want the women to come and have some really rich, meaty stuff that they're going to cover. And I know they're going to. But let's sort of, you were talking about foundation. We talked a tiny bit about posture and balance. Let's sort of sum it up in a teasy way so that people want more when they register.
Okay. So posture. Posture. So when you again, yes, pulling up, right? When you have that posture. So people do think like it's like bringing the chest out. No. It's opening up. It's pulling up. And over these past number of years where we have been sitting even more and having even more pain, I will explain why that happens and how to take that step forward in order to relieve that pain without medication, without like having to do all these things. It's simply learning, how do I move my body? How do I stand? How do I pull up? What does that look like? How should it feel? And so that posture, so that when I walk into the room, I'm not like this.
Yeah.
Right. There's something about when somebody walks into the room and there's this posture, you're just like, whoa, whoa. Yeah. And there could, it brings a posture of, I'm going to call it influence, to want to get to know that person, because there's something different about them. You look at people, when I see people walking, so I have to be very, very careful, because I'm like, oh, it doesn't have to be like that. Like just, right. Just crunch down and it's like we're dying.
Yeah.
And just that opening up. So I will help you learn that simple process is of opening up, so that your posture will be incredible.
Yeah. And not, again, what I love about what you teach, while it's movement and it's physical, it's also mindset, and it's an approach to living, and a whole new way of thinking about living healthy and moving with ease and everything that we do. It's just, honestly, my friends, I've never had somebody explain or get me excited about the idea of moving. I still struggle with it. Let me just be very clear.
And you're very honest about it.
It's a fight for me to get to Virginia's classes, and it's not because she's awesome. It's just because it's me. I find all excuses. But I do show up, and I moan and groan and complain, but I do it. But it's powerful, and it's so not what you think it is. It's not your typical exercise class. It's not an aerobics class. It's so powerful and so freeing and so opening and enlightening in that way. And so that's why I was so excited to invite Virginia to come and speak at the Ignite Women's Conference, because it's one of those things that we just take for granted. Virginia, I have to laugh. Tara Lee just said, my kid just walked in and asked what I was doing. She said, LOL, I'm mimicking your opening posture movements. I love it. That's awesome.
Well done, Tara Lee. So, what I love about the conference, Jules, is that, so you talked about mindset. And so that's what I love, what you bring, is that you bring mindset with Suzanne, you bring play with Yetta, and learning about wealth and how to play throughout, and then movement. And we take all of those, and then I look at what you do, Jules. So people who have something inside them, because I believe we all have this dream inside of us, and it just kind of gets covered up, kind of like our movements. It gets covered up, it gets murky, it gets like painful. And then you just want to kind of forget about it. So maybe you take a pill that kind of lets you forget about it. So I love what you do, is that you bring us together, and it gives that, it dusts off, it gets rid of the crud, and that allows women to say, oh my goodness, I wanted to be a fitness instructor all my life, and I never realized it. Oh my goodness, I have creativity in me, and now I'm going to have a business out of this. And then it's not about the business. It's about bringing out what we're passionate about that we're not even aware of.
Yeah, that's gotten buried in our titles and our roles and the pressures of life and all that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. I love coming together with these conversations. Last week, Suzanne was talking to us about mindset, and she was helping me shift. And here you are again, always so energized. Ladies, this is what Ignite is like. It is a day. Let me be clear. There's a lot happening in our day. It's a powerful day, and it is a journey. And there will be unpacking of things that you'll do over the period of time after, but we're going to give you access to tools and resources to support you in that journey. But it's a powerful day, and it's just about you coming together with other like-minded women who are linking arms and supporting each other and holding each other accountable to whatever that passion is, that thing that's calling to you. So if you're in a place of what I call dissatisfaction with status quo, that place where you know that something needs to change, that it's time for you. And whether you know what that is or not, Ignite is where you need to be. If you're even remotely on the edge of your seat, thinking about any of these things that we've talked about here tonight, Ignite is where you need to be. Saturday, October 14th, here in Ottawa. You can visit countrydjewel.ca for information about the conference. Let me see if I can put that up here now. Yep. countrydjewel.ca/conferences. And when you go there, you can find out more about all the speakers. I've got some promo information there for you. Going to be introducing our panel for our Beautiful Voices panel of speakers in the next couple of weeks leading up to the event. And you can register right from the website page. So, Virginia, one word of wisdom or advice that you would have to share, not one word, but what's one last thing you might say to women who are listening and watching and who are on the edge of their seat trying to decide if this is for them or not?
If not now, when?
When? Ta-da! Can't really say it any better than that.
Link arms and let's do this together, because we have all been in that place where we're stuck and not sure. We feel maybe embarrassed, maybe fearful.
Yeah.
If not now, when?
When? Oh, so good. So good. My friends, I can't think of a better way to wrap up our session tonight. Virginia, thank you for joining me tonight. I think we could talk for hours, but I got to stop because I want to make sure we save some for the conference. So again, those of you who are joining the Ignite Women's Conference, Saturday, October 14th, it's not too late. Still tickets available. Visit countrydjewel.ca, look for conferences. It's right on the front page. We're going to wrap up and say thank you so much for coming tonight, Virginia. Thank you for helping us remember to move with ease, to open, to have great posture. And it's not just posture, it's just about being open to what comes and the opportunities that present themselves in our lives.
For balance.
And living and loving. Yeah. Oh, and the balance. Yes. Yes. We have, in order to have posture and foundation, we got to have some balance going on there, of course. So in living and loving the life we live, my friends, I'm going to let you go and we'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your day.